The bedroom is flooded and reborn, and I'm stocking up ahead of the apocalypse 6 hours after the storm began. There will be a qualitative change in rainfall, and in less than a day, the whole city will become a water world. Although the Minuan community is on the high side, it will also be flooded to the second floor. In the next few days, the rain will slow down to 20 when the cooler arrives, and I am going to collect all the Muhuisan supplies before the water rises. I drove up to his supermarket and I trickled right into the warehouse. Here there were tons of drinks, food and all kinds of daily necessities, and I just packed them all into my space. And then I raided the rest of his supermarkets and department stores in the same way, and I got a lot of stuff that I could use for years. I checked the time. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We're about 3 hours away. Is there a large international container about 20 kilometers from here? I decided to go there and sweep all the containers, and then half an hour later I got to my destination. And there were all kinds of containers as far as the eye could see. And that was a disaster, and I drove along, and soon all these boxes were being put into the space. At the same time, more than 30 freighters and yachts stopped at the dock were also picked up by me. And then I went to another dock. South China is an important food and building materials distribution center and domestic trade container transfer port 30 kilometers away. I drove for more than 70 minutes, so the drainage system of bigger and bigger cities should not last long. I have to hurry up. Here are tens of thousands of containers and more than 20 cargo ships and cranes and forklifts and so on. I must have been put into the space back to the People's Courtyard. It was almost 6 o'clock. I took the elevator to the 36th floor, room 3601. Just arrived, room 120. Thunderbolt not across the sky. The wind roared the trees, and lightning broke, and the sky broke like a huge rainstorm, and in less than a minute the trailing water system collapsed. The city was flooded with rain as fast as the naked eye could see, and I, exhausted and oblivious to what was happening outside, fell asleep on the sofa. By the time I woke up, it was afternoon, and the water was up to the second floor in a storm that started with 1/5 of the world's population losing sex. And the number of residents on the second floor continues to increase, and the residents on the other upper floors are temporarily settled in, and I enter my space to look at last night's harvest, where time stands still. So even with all this stockpiling, it would take a long time to open all these containers. I opened one of them at random, and it was full of jade and jade. Miraculously, these jade and jade suddenly disappeared. Then I felt dizzy and opened my eyes and found myself in a forest, and on the right of the forest was my warehouse space. I think the space just absorbed the emerald bath and opened up the forest, so it looks like this space is upgradable. But right now the forest can only be seen over 30 meters, and there's white fog on the edge, and I can't help but be excited if other animals can live in this area for a long time. Then this can be used as a grazing area dedicated to raising animals to achieve meat freedom. I returned to the body and put the fish tank and fish into the forest space really cannot. Then the next goal is to upgrade this forest space. I went to the warehouse space and opened hundreds of containers and found that only jade and jade can be absorbed by the space. Only jade and jade can upgrade the space. The white fog around the forest space quickly retreated to reveal the continuous mountains. A river more than 10 meters wide interspersed through it. However, although the area expanded, the edge was still full of white fog. I think it's low power yet to be upgraded, and I'm back on my own as the storm gets heavier outside, and I'm about to take a look inside Morrison's bomb shelter.